Today I'm going to be creating with some brand new products just released from Reverse Confetti. This is You Are a Star and the You Are a Star confetti cuts, and I'm going to be using these in a few different ways today. I love to get the most out of my dies. I like to use the positive and the negative and maybe do a little bit of embossing with them as well. So I'm going to show you a few ideas for getting a lot out of your confetti cuts. Now this is a confetti cut set of 5 dies. I know there are only 4 here. The smallest star is currently MIA in the wasteland that is the other side of my desk, the side that I'm not going to show you. So this is the medium size sort of star in the set, and here is a little gold cutout of the smallest size so that you know what that looks like. So it does come with 5 stars. I apologize for that. I'm sure I'll find it. Sometimes I wish I had like a little mini metal detector that I could just run through all my paper scraps and find. So this is the coordinating stamp set that I'm also going to be using today. My card mostly focuses on confetti cuts. You know I love my die cuts, but this is the fabulous coordinating You Are a Star set, and you can see that all these fun little shapes cut out, all these fun wee stars, and also the large star that contains all the sentiments. So we're going to get started. Push these to the side. Now I've already started the background of the back of my card and the background of my card. And the first way I've used the You Are a Star confetti cuts is to create just a little interest in the corner down here of my background, just by cutting some negative little pieces out and then popping that up on foam tape to give it a bit of dimension, and I just really like that look. On top of that, I have used the Triple Chevy's confetti cuts, and I'm going to use another sort of cutout, and I'll show you in a minute. It'll make sense in a minute. And I have stitched down the side there, and I did just use a little bit of glue to hold down the points. You know I love those Triple Chevy's. I pretty much use them on every card. I think they add so much interest to a background without overwhelming it at all. So next I have a piece that is cut with the documented confetti cuts, and then this interior piece I cut because I really love those points on the chevrons, and I wanted to be able to see them a little bit on this card. So I have used a little rectangle die that comes in the folded tag confetti cut set, but you could use any shape. You could even use this large star. That would have been a nice way to work in another star on my card. So why don't we go ahead and stick that down right now. I'm going to put that on a bit of an angle. I don't want to cover up all those little star cutouts that I have. There we go. Okay, so next is sort of the usual way that you will use your confetti cuts. Now, I wanted to tell you something about confetti cuts, just in case you didn't realise. I know you probably do, but they're sized exactly, and they're sized perfectly so that you can stamp your sentiment and then cut over top of it. Why don't I just show you? Okay, so because of the genius way confetti cuts are sized, here's a sentiment. I'll stamp it a little bit darker so you can see it. You can stamp first, and that means you can use any little scrap of cardstock that you have laying around, which I always do. And then you can put the die over top. Now, if you can't see any white on any of the sides, you have it perfect. That's how I do it. That's how I line it up. Then I grab a little bit of washi tape. I always have a roll of washi on my desk. It'll be a roll that I maybe don't really like that much. Maybe you got it in a set and it's the one that you don't think you'll use, or I think the roll I'm using right now was actually a second that I just picked up for 50 cents or something like that. Run that through your die cut machine and you're going to get this perfectly cut stamped image. It's so much easier than cutting and then stamping on top, and all the confetti cuts that are made to go with stamps are like this. If you just lay it over top of the stamp like that, and you just do it until you can't see any white on each side, and it will cut perfectly. I absolutely love that. It's such a time saver. So here's my sentiment I'm going to use today. This is "You Are a Star," and I wanted to create sort of a shooting star look, and I've done that with the Star Garland confetti cuts. I cut it once and then I just chopped it into 3 pieces and more washi, layered it behind my star like that to give me that sort of look. So let's find some foam tape and I'm going to put that on my card. Now, I already had the documented confetti cuts out, and this is the set if you can't remember what it looks like. I love this set and I use it all the time, and if I've got it handy, new this month as well is the fantastic wood grain confetti cuts. It is the same size panel, so if you love that documented confetti cuts, you're going to love the size of the wood grain confetti cuts. So I already had documented out, so I decided to use the little arrow, which is one of my favourite accent pieces. I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there. Stick that down. Finish that with a wee button and some twine. And then I'm just going to finish off with some more of these "You Are a Star" confetti cuts, cut from gold foil, because you know I can't resist putting a little bit of gold on my cards lately. So that's my card using the "You Are a Star" confetti cuts and die set. Now I wanted to show you a couple of other ways that I used the confetti cuts today. They didn't end up making it onto my card, but there's just so much you can do with them. So here's another one using the large positive of the largest star, and then cutting out the smaller star, which is the one that's currently missing somewhere on my desk, and layering behind it. And that was one idea that I was possibly going to use on my card. Now another way to get a completely different look with your confetti cuts is to emboss them onto cardstock. It's really simple. Use whatever cutting sandwich you use on your die cut machine if you were going to use an embossing folder. And then you want to, I don't have my cutting pads handy, but you'll make your normal sandwich, but instead of putting your cutting plate straight over top, so let's say I was going to emboss this large star into this cardstock, you would have it like this, and then on the other side of the cutting side you need one of these tan mats, and then put another cutting plate on top, run it through on your embossing sandwich thickness, not the cutting thickness. Ask me how I know. You can cut these tan mats if you put enough pressure on them, and when it comes out you'll have the design embossed into your cardstock. So here I did the 2 smaller stars and I did them over and over, and then I cut them out with the large circle from the Circles and Scallops confetti cuts. So that was another piece that I was possibly going to use on my card, but there's just so many ways you can use these confetti cuts. Use them to create little windows and like combine different sets to get different shapes. I really like this sort of off-center frame shape that I created here. And they will always stamp, lay it over top, run it through your die cut machine. Just use a little bit of tape to hold it down and you'll always get that perfect border with your confetti cuts. So thank you very much for watching today. I think I might go and give this card to my lovely little son. He's been very quiet while I was shooting today. If you want to buy these stamps or confetti cuts or see what else Reverse Confetti have to offer, you can visit them at www.reverseconfetti.com. and you can visit me at www.thinkingstamps.com. Bye!